You're required by law to go to school.
It's the law. Law.
Marco, you have to leave. You're on the air in 3 minutes.
Brains.
Shoo!
Okay, I'm going.
Zach, get up!
Brains.
Truancy is a criminal offense.
Brains.
I'll let you have some caffeine if you get in the vehicle right now.
Brains.
Yes, you can have more than one sip. You know, that fancy boarding school across town pushed back the time that their school day starts. I heard from other parents that the boarding school kids aren't zombies in the morning anymore, and truancy rates have dropped.
But we aren't zombies, Mom.
Yeah, just Zach and Dad are zombies.
That's true. Zach never used to be a zombie either, just since he turned into a teenager. Zach, we're here. Get out. Truancy is a crime. Okay, you two, we're almost to your school. Don't leave anything in the boat. Have a good day. I think I'm going to look into this school start time thing to the boarding school. Excuse me, headmaster, sir. I'm a parent in the surrounding area. I was wondering if you could tell me a little bit about why you pushed back the start of your school day. And I would also like to speak to a few students if I could. But I should warn you in advance, I'm a police officer.
Absolutely. Here's the science behind it. Since the 1970s, there has been a growing awareness of the changes in sleep patterns as children transition to adolescence. In a study at a summer sleep camp at Stanford during the 1970s, boys and girls who enrolled at 10 to 12 years of age were monitored every year for 5 to 6 years. While researchers had thought older children would need less sleep during the 10-hour nocturnal window that they were given from 10 p.m. to 8 a.m., they found that regardless of age, the children all slept about 9.25 of the 10 hours. As they progressed through adolescence, participants continued to get the same amount of sleep, but they no longer woke spontaneously before the end of the sleep window at 8 a.m. In addition, when the multiple sleep latency test, MSLT, given at designated periods throughout the day to determine the speed of falling asleep, to measure sleepiness, was given to the adolescents, they showed more alertness at 8 p.m. than earlier in the day, and even greater alertness at 10 p.m. This is from the National Sleep Foundation, actual sleep scientists.
Interesting, you know? I had heard that some people are worried that delaying school start times could delay bedtimes, thus perpetuating a vicious cycle of inadequate sleep. Is this true?
Actually, multiple studies have shown that teenagers fall asleep at the same time at or around 11 p.m., no matter what time they go to bed or wake up. But don't take my word for it. Go talk to some students.
Okay, I will. Thank you for your insight on this matter. Hello, what do you think about this new later start time for your school?
Actually, 100 years ago, most schools started the day around 9 a.m. In the 1970s and 1980s, however, many schools shifted to earlier hours. Back in the days of yore, as we'd like to call this time period, the importance of sleep and the nature of the adolescent sleep shift weren't understood. This shift was based on the financial incentive of running fewer buses in 3 cycles. Even schools that didn't run buses often found it helpful to move start times earlier so that after-school schedules coordinated with those of nearby schools. As a result of this change, that was based on money rather than science. Many students today are asked to go to school on a morning shift schedule. That requires that they be in class much earlier than was the historical norm. When the public school times changed, the whole community's rhythms were forced to change as well. After school time is several hours longer and filled up with activities, or kids are unsupervised during the peak period for adolescent crime and risky behavior until the typical adult workday ends. Nowadays, most elementary schools start as late as 9:15 or 9:30, which means that working parents have no choice but to send their young children to before-school care as well as aftercare. Most families with multiple children have kids in multiple school levels, which often have start and end times that span 2 hours in the morning and another 2 hours in the afternoon. This is a broken system that is neither healthy nor efficient.
That was very passionately put. You seem to be very informed and personally invested in this topic. Hi, I'm just asking around about what students think in regards to the school's shift to a later start time. Would you mind sharing your opinion? Your answer will not be met with any legal consequences.
Sure. Well, it's okay, I guess, 'cause I like sleeping in. But I really hate that I have to be at school until almost 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. I waited for school to end at 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time for approximately 10 years, and just when I finally made it to high school, the school board had to go and change it all. They really hate my grade.
Now I need to talk to some other people that are actual adults. Hello, I see that you're a sleep scientist.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay then, what can you tell me about the science behind later school start times for high schoolers?
A new study published by the Sleep Research Society found support for pushing back school start times, showing that a later start time to the day led to more sleep and better mood in teenage girls. The research was conducted at an all-girls school in Singapore and focused on about 150 students in 7th grade through 10th grade, average age 14. The school delayed its start time by 45 minutes, changing from a 7:30 a.m. to an 8:15 beginning, and studied the effects on its students. After 1 month, students reported about 23 more minutes in bed. In addition, the percentage of students who had at least 8 hours in bed each night increased from 6.9% to 16.1%. The most significant finding, however, was the students' self-reported improvement in mood. They reported less depression, less sleepiness, and overall feeling more refreshed during the school day. The benefits held up after 9 months, according to the study, an encouraging find because it implies that changing school start times can have a lasting effect. That is a direct quote that you may recognize from the news. And I'm not talking about social media or fake news. I mean the real, actual, factual, mostly unbiased news.
Thanks. That was very helpful. I only pay attention to the real, actual, factual, mostly unbiased news. Hello, what are your thoughts about switching around school start times so high schoolers start after elementary schoolers?
It's terrible. Kylo here is starting school soon and he needs at least 14 hours of sleep every night. He needs to go to school at 7:30, then he has to wake up at 6:15 so we can have a relaxed morning, which means he has to go to bed at 4:15, which means then we have no time together as a family because I don't get home from work until 5:30.
If your kid needs 14 hours of sleep every night, should they really be starting school in the fall?
Of course he should. Lots of kids need more than 8 hours of sleep.
That's true, but shouldn't teenagers be able to get enough sleep too?
Teenagers make bad choices. Learning to get up on time is part of growing up. If a few kids can't figure that out, I don't see why everyone in the district should have to suffer. And what about sports and other after-school activities, huh?
Well, I've been talking to sleep scientists and people from a district that has adjusted their start times according to new scientific studies, and they have found that instances of risky behaviors have gone down, mental health has improved, and sports weren't really affected.
Whatever, if you believe that fake news nonsense, then that's your problem.
Hello, children. I did some research today, and I think that I'm going to contact the school board and tell them that changing the start times of the schools in our district would be a good idea.
Yay!
Is there science to back it up?
Of course there is. I wouldn't offer commentary on a policy that I haven't already researched and now understand. That would be irresponsible and unproductive.
Like, whatever, man. Sounds lit. You are seriously woke, dude.
Excuse me, sir. We speak English on this icebreaker.
Okay, Mom. That sounds like a good idea.
Much better.
For all of you at home, or work, or school, or somewhere else that want to get involved in a start time change in your community, here's how you can make a difference. Make sure you know what you're talking about, then reach out to local leadership. Respectfully make your opinion known and support it with scientific evidence. You can write a physical letter or an email, talk to them in person, or schedule in advance a time to attend a meeting and give a presentation about it. Just remember to be respectful and stick to facts.